To have even more fun with Who Smarted, subscribe to our free activity guide at whosmarted.com. Psst, hey, Smarty Pants, can you guess where I am? That's right, I'm in a forest, surrounded by big, beautiful trees. But as much as I love these trees, I'm actually on my way to see the most incredible tree in the entire world. That's right. Come along with me and see what makes this tree so special. Oh, I also brought some friends. They love hiking.
Oh, my feet hurt.
We've been walking for hours. Is it time for s'mores yet?
Come on, troopers. Keep your spirits up and your eyes open. We're getting closer.
You told us we were going on a short hike in the woods. What are we even looking for?
Something magical, mystical, truly astounding. In fact, it's one of the oldest living things on Earth.
If I want to see old people, I'll Zoom with my grandpa.
Is it Yoda?
No, it's not Yoda or your grandparents or even a person. Its name is Methuselah. And it's a very, 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 very old tree.
A tree? You're kidding, right? There's trees everywhere. We're in the woods.
Since when do trees have names? What's a I can't even pronounce it.
Methuselah. Say it with me. You listening as well. On the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. Methuselah.
Methuselah.
That's right. But Methuselah is no ordinary tree. It's been alive for nearly 5,000 years. It started growing in 2831 BC, long before computers, cell phones, TVs, and cars. Methuselah started growing before humans even invented paper. This tree is older than the pyramids of ancient Egypt and the Great Wall of China, and it's still alive today.
I guess that's pretty cool.
Yep, and not only are we going to see Methuselah, you're also going to learn some amazing secrets about trees. Like, did you know that trees breathe? Or that they clean the air? It's time for another whiff of fresh air and science on
Who Smarted? Who's smarted? Who's smart? Is it you? Is it me? Is it science or history? Listen up, everyone. We make smarting lots of fun on Who Smarted.
This hike is hard.
I'm out of breath. Can we take a breathing break?
Sure, everyone take a breathing break. But answer me this. What exactly are you breathing?
Air. Duh.
Correct. But what specifically are you breathing in the air that allows you to keep hiking through these mountains? How about you listening? What do humans breathe in from the air that keeps us all alive? Any guesses? It's an invisible gas that rhymes with schmoxygen.
Oh,
oxygen.
oxygen.
That's right, troopers. Oxygen. And did you listening guess that as well? Nice job. But where does oxygen come from?
The sky?
The clouds? Oh, I know. The atmosphere.
Sorry, my buzzer stopped working. Those weren't bad guesses, but it may surprise you to know that the oxygen you and I and everyone listening breathes comes from trees.
Trees?
Yep, trees. Here's how it works. During the spring and summer, the green leaves on a tree absorb energy from the shining sun and carbon dioxide from the air. Through a process called photosynthesis, the tree performs magic. Using the sun's energy and water that the tree drinks up from the soil, it transforms carbon dioxide from the air into sugars.
Did you say sugar? I could really go for a s'more.
Soon. And yes, trees create sugars just like the sugars in the foods you eat. And can you guess how the tree uses those sugars? How about you listening? Yes, you. Do you know how a tree might use the sugars it creates during photosynthesis? If you said the tree uses those sugars to feed itself, you're right.
But I thought you said trees make the oxygen we breathe. What does photosynthesis have to do with the oxygen?
Excellent question. When the tree uses sunlight to transform carbon dioxide into sugars, it also produces oxygen that it releases back into the air. So it's sort of like the tree is breathing. It inhales carbon dioxide and exhales oxygen.
And then we breathe in that oxygen.
Yep. And we breathe out carbon dioxide, which starts the whole process all over again.
So trees breathe the exact opposite we do?
Exactly. Did you know 2 large trees can produce enough oxygen to keep a family of 4 breathing all year long?
Whoa.
Crazy, right?
I had no idea trees could breathe.
Uh-huh. But that's not all they do. As trees breathe, they actually help clean the air. Because not only do they suck up carbon dioxide, which contributes to global warming, they absorb all sorts of other nasty stuff. Things like nitrogen oxides from the cars we drive, and sulfur dioxide from the coal and electricity we use to heat our homes and power our gadgets.
Wow. These trees are like vacuum cleaners for the air.
They really are. Nice one.
Now that deserves a s'more, right?
All right. But first, we need to build a fire. And what do we need for that?
Some dried up sticks.
Some dead leaves.
Marshmallows.
We need all of those things. But 2 of them come from, do you know?
Trees!
Exactly. Trees provide all kinds of useful things for us, including shade in the summer or shelter from the rain.
But wait, you said we were looking for a really old tree.
Methuselah.
That's been alive for thousands of years. But look at all these dead leaves on the ground.
Do trees die when they lose their leaves?
Great question, troopers. And I'll have the answer right after this break.
A s'mores break?
Sponsor break.
Hello, Smarty fans. As Who Smarted listeners, you've heard me talk a lot about digestion and what's going on inside your tummy. That's because your whole body's health starts in your gut. But did you know 61% of people experience digestive discomfort? Everything from bloating and constipation to gastrointestinal irritation. I know, not fun. Luckily, I found Seed's DS-01 Daily Synbiotic. It sets a new standard in probiotics that not only provides relief from occasional digestive discomfort, but also supports healthy gut immune function and promotes smooth, clear, healthy skin. As someone who loves going with his gut, I use Seed's DS-01 Daily Synbiotic every day as part of my daily routine to benefit my gut, skin, and heart health. So listen to your gut with Seed's DS-01 Daily Synbiotic. Go to seed.com/25smarted and use code 25smarted to get 25% off your first month. That's 25% off your first month of Seed's DS-01 Daily Synbiotic at seed.com/25smarted, code 25smarted.
And we're back. So, take a look at these trees. What do you see?
I see branches that are all bare and empty and sad and dead leaves on the ground.
Which means...
The tree is dead? It sure looks dead.
So wait, how does this
Methuselah.
how is Methuselah able to live for almost 5,000 years?
As it just so happens, all these dead leaves actually help trees survive year after year.
Huh?
Let's back up for a second. No. I don't mean literally back up. I mean, think back to earlier. Remember how we talked about trees using their leaves to absorb the sun's energy?
Yeah.
Well, what happens to the sunlight in the winter? Go ahead, call it out.
It gets dark really early, sometimes before dinner time.
And the sun doesn't rise until later in the morning.
Uh-huh. During the winter, we get less sunlight. And the sunlight we do get is weaker. So how does that affect trees?
Well, trees need sunlight to make sugars.
Exactly. Trees rely on sunlight and water to make food. But during the winter months, it doesn't get much sunlight. So it does something pretty amazing.
It dies?
Nope. It acts like a bear.
Ah!
No sillies, trees don't grow sharp claws and teeth. But what do bears do in the winter?
Hibernate.
Correct. Just like bears, trees hibernate during winter months. Except when trees do it, it's called dormancy.
Oh!
As the sunlight gets weaker and the days get shorter, the trees begin to slow down. They don't produce as much food because there isn't as much sun. The trees also shut down anything that isn't absolutely necessary to their survival. Can you guess one of the first things to go? I'll give you a hint. Sometimes your parents ask you to help rake them in the fall.
Leaves.
That's right. When a tree enters dormancy, it sheds its leaves. This helps trees stay alive through the winter. Then in the spring, as the days get longer again and the sun's light gets stronger, the trees grow new leaves.
Whoa.
Hold on. That makes sense, but what about the trees that look the same all year round? Like that pine tree over there. All the other trees have empty branches, but the pine trees still have their, whatever those pointy things are called.
They're called needles. And guess what, kid? You've earned yourself an extra s'more.
Oh man, I want an extra s'more.
Turns out there are two main types of trees. The kind that lose their leaves in the winter and the kinds that don't. The ones that lose their leaves are called deciduous trees, and the ones that don't are called coniferous or evergreen trees.
Oh, evergreen. Evergreen, as in always green.
Boom, extra s'more for you too.
Hey, no fair.
Evergreen trees, like the pine, spruce, and fir trees you'd recognize as Christmas trees, tend to have thin needles.
But how do they stay green all year round?
Well, the needles on an evergreen are actually just a different type of leaf. But needles are small and thin and have a waxy coating that helps protect them from the cold. So when the wind starts whipping and temperatures drop, those tough little needles have no trouble surviving through the harsh winter.
Speaking of, it's getting cold up here.
We're getting close, just a little bit further. And there she is.
Whoa!
Just think, this beautiful tree began growing thousands of years before the United States existed, ages before Sir Isaac Newton discovered gravity, eons before we even knew the Earth was round.
You think Methuselah would mind if we headed back down the mountain where it's warmer?
And made s'mores?
Good idea. All right, troopers, let's make like a tree and leave.
I get your s'more for that.
Fine. This episode, Trees, was written by Katie Rolnick and voiced by Caden Merritt, Imogen Williams, Ty Merritt, and Jerry Colbert. Additional voices, technical direction, and sound design by Josh Hahn. Who Smarted is recorded and mixed at the Relic Room Studios. Our associate producer is Max Kamaski. The theme song is by Brian Suarez, and the lyrics were written and performed by Adam Tex Davis. Who Smarted was created and produced by Adam Tex Davis and Jerry Colbert. This is an Atomic Entertainment production.